Well, hello. As you can see, I'm in the different room. I was over there, but now I'm over here. I kind of wanted to just change things up for this week, or this video. So, Cinco de Mayo, I'm recording on the 5th of May. Wow. Yesterday, of course, was May the 4th be with you. And tomorrow, don't worry, it's going to be Revenge of the 6th. It's very cute, very, if you really into Star Wars, cool. This funny thing about Star Wars is the actual original 77 movie. It's out. There's literally no version of that anywhere. It's been hacked and mutilated, and of course there's the terrible 1997 special feature, which is the only one you can get anymore. So, unless you had the VHS that came right out before that, which I do, yeah. When you watch that, the scene where Han Solo and Jabba, I'm talking about the special edition, that is, the one 1997, unnecessary, totally unnecessary. You can totally rule that out. Of course, it doesn't really make sense when Luke and Ben Kenobi come in. Chewie's fallen on, I believe. Anyways, it's a whole thing about consistency in a movie. So, speaking of movies, I guess it's the recent anniversary of Zombieland. Came out 16, 17 years ago. I'm not a fan of zombie movies. In fact, when The Walking Dead was popular, I didn't watch it. It was stupid. It's a soap opera with zombies. Let's face it. That's pretty much all TV shows. But yeah, the zombie craze of Thinkley is over. And yeah. By the way, Zombieland has probably one of the best credit sequences, along with The Watchmen, of course. And in Zombieland, it's Metallica Who the Bell Tells. And it's this amazing editing, amazing stuff. Of course, the movie is really funny and hilarious too. And also, I think it's the first movie with Cold Red Mountain Dew in it. Yeah, trust me. Look at me. I'm fat. I'm drunk a lot of Cold Red in my life, and yeah. So, that's streaming thought. Oh yeah. It basically still holds up after all these years. And yeah, usually zombie movies like Return of the Living Dead didn't really hold up. Yeah, I take that back. You know, there's sometimes zombie movies that don't hold that, freshness. And of course, Zombieland is a comedy that has going for him, and Bill Murray all concludes going to Disneyland. Yeah. Speaking of Disneyland, a couple weeks ago on X, This is the Wicked Witch from Snow White. You know, mirror on the wall. Who's the Ferris Hall? All that bullshit. She's devishly hilarious, and this one YouTuber, and just asking really stupid questions, and characters, and but the Wicked Witch from Snow White, she's devishly funny. Oh, a lot of sick burns. Oh, gosh, there was one joke. It was hilarious. She asked any advice for Snow White. Something about, I don't know, eating an apple and the horse she rode in on. It was something really hilarious. And yeah, it really is amazing. Those Disney actors had to stay in character like that. And Reddit, spilled the beans. All of them need to have the same signatures. No Disney character can't have a different signature. They all have to be the same style, same person. So no two characters, no two actors are alike. That's very. You had to be really disciplined to do that. But on the other hand, it's kind of messed up too. And also, if you're working as the tram operator, like Jungle Fun Cruise or whatever, yeah, you need a script memorized. You can't go off beat, pound per pound. You gotta know that. You gotta learn that in 3 days. Imagine you have to learn something in 3 days. By heart. If not, you're fired. I have to say, you guys, man, a lot of discipline. Yeah. Of course, there is also stories of guys trying to flirt with Cinderella, whoever. Can you imagine this dating a Disney, Disney? Imagine if you're dating Cinderella. She comes home, smoking a cigarette. Hair's all down. She's brunette. She's on her phone texting, smoking a cigarette as she's walking in the door. You go, "Hi, honey. How was playing Cinderella?" Oh my God, it was awful. That guy, Prince Charming, or that guy, or the very bulky guy from Beauty and the Beast. The real bad guy. I don't know. He's French, so it's like Sir French Fry or something like that. Sir French Fry was really kind of hitting on the nail head today. During break, during our smoke break, almost got my wig on fire. Or, it'd be wary, you're the boyfriend of Cinderella, and she goes, "Honey, Snow White, and Jasmine and what's Ariel. Hey, they're all coming over tonight. We're gonna watch Dirty Dancing and Brady Char's hair. You okay with that? Fine, honey. Mm. Um, Meanwhile, Cinderella, Jasmine, Ariel, maybe even Tinkerbell. They're all in this um, apartment. This acting like gossiping Gertie. You know. Oh, and this witch. Oh, not the witch. This witch. Ugh. Can you imagine if Snow White and the witch was really really good friends, so to speak, or or there's a lot of I just heard a lot of extracurricular activity happens at the Disney condo. So it says on Reddit. But I have to say one thing great about Disney World, Disneyland. Um, they sell you on trying to be as perfect as can be, much like Mary Poppins. Guy comes home from work. He's dating Mary Poppins. Honey, can you give me a beer? And she's inadvertently does the English posh English accent for no reason. She's actually from Bucksnort, Tennessee, and she for no reason goes into her English Mary Poppins accent. That'd be hilarious. Just making jokes about Mary Poppins all day. Your buddies turn and go, "Hey, so how's Mary Poppins? Did she give you that spoonful of sugar? They say spoonful of sugar helps that medicine go down since you were sick." So, anywho, like I said, be hilarious dating a Disney character like that. I have to say a lot of those costumes have to stink, have to reek like BO, major BO. Be like going to an indie wrestling show, but worse, probably. Former ex Disney character, she's just turned 36, and if something comes up, she has shell shock or PTSD. So, stuff I sit down sometimes and think about because I'm alone. But I do have to say I am kind of back on the dating apps. No faith. So, yeah, I mean, I had to think. Do I? There was the long time not being on the apps. One thing. It's kind of. I'd really glad I took. Sometimes not doing the apps, but it's just. It is sometimes just being lonely, having all these thoughts running through your head, and I guess that's why I'm doing this. I have to have some kind of outlet like that. Yeah. By the way, I've been on a back on it for a week or so and still no matches, of course. Although I think the well's tainted, so to speak. So still banned from Tinder. It's probably good. Yeah. And, and I guess it could be worse. You know what the worst kind of people in this world are? Well, there's a lot of worse people in the world, but one thing that really just irks me: jaywalkers. Not jaywalking across a road that's going, you know, one way or the other. Like a 4-lane road. Seriously. We're 2025. You can't walk to a corner and wait for the light. There's not really a day goes by, but it's like certain intersections in town. It's, you know, people running across 4 lanes of the road, and there's a traffic signal 20 feet in front of them, and they're playing dodge the car like that. And there was a kid in middle school who did that, try to outrun cars like that, like Frogger. He basically would end up like losing like on Frogger, and don't know what really happened to him, but yeah, that was a really bad scene. You know, it's 4 lanes of traffic. Granted, it's 4 lanes of traffic, but there's really no sense of going from across 4 lanes of traffic. Because you just don't hear about the dangers of jaywalking anymore, you know. Especially in Illinois, where all the roads are awful, and you're running across 4 lanes of street traffic. Especially in some towns like Chicago, Peoria, Bloomington, Normal, Athens. There's 4 lanes of traffic, and there's people who do not cross at the crosswalk. Yeah. It's bad enough that Illinois is totally, it's one of the worst states to drive on the interstate, let alone drive in a city of 110,000 people. And they're all either high or talking on the phone, or they're old, especially around here. Or they're just pretty dumb. So yeah, 4 lanes. You're jaywalking across 4 lanes of traffic. Do I have any sympathy if you get yelled at? No, because you're not going to the crosswalk. And I've seen people with carriages, with little kids, or even with their dogs, crossing 4 lanes of traffic. Yeah, I don't care in the world. Playing human game of Frogger. Even like on bicyclists, I guess the correct terminology, don't obey stoplight. Don't obey stop signs. Yeah, I'm so sorry for you if, God forbid. No, it's even riding a bike is a privilege. You know, there's a reason why you stop at red lights. You stop at a stop sign. You yield at yield. You know, you don't go blazing through these signs. That's why I really think Illinois should have. You need a bicycle license. You don't need a license to drive. You need a license to drive a car, but apparently you don't need a fucking license to drive a bicycle. I know it sounds like overreaching government, but come on. Would you think people would knock the shit off if they had a license to ride a bike? You need a fishing license. You need a license to fish. You need a license to hunt. You need a license to cut fucking hair. Yeah, some jack off, some person who shouldn't be, whose parents should have given away at birth, can get a bicycle, and it's weaving out of traffic. Nope. Same thing goes with the motorcycles. Oh, what? You're so bad. You're thinking you're Evil Knievel on your bike. Those signs watch for start watching for motorcycles. How about motorcycles watch for cars? Because those assholes would go in and out of traffic, especially like I-5 in California. You know, there's jerk-alls and crotch rockets. You know, those fast motorcycles that Maverick drives in Top Gun. For people who never heard of the reference. Drive down middle lane and standing gridlock traffic. Like they own the damn road. And yet you need a license for that too. Trust me, the jaywalking across four lanes of traffic like Frogger and jack off bicyclists and jack off motorcycle enthusiasts, you know, just knock the shit off. Oh, I got more, ladies and gentlemen. Val Kilmer is dead. You're kidding. How did it happen? Well, it was his time, Lucille. There's some motorcycles right now. So anyways, Val Kilmer is no longer with us. He had throat cancer, and literally, it's like the saddest thing ever. Batman's dead. Yeah. Batman Forever came out 30 years ago next month. I saw it. Batman Forever, as it ages, I kind of, yeah, alright, it's okay. But, didn't really like it when it came out for the longest time. Got it on VHS when it came out. It's like one of the rare few movies I actually bought on VHS. I still have, but yeah. Batman Forever is still kind of not as good as Batman '89. So. But, you know, Val Kilmer did more than Batman. He was in Top Gun. When I first saw him in the cradle. Because that's probably one of the first movies I was in the cradle watching. Him playing really sexy and volleyball. Gosh. I know he was in the movie The Saint. Oh, what was I watching the other? I was watching Nip Tuck the other day, season 3, and one of my favorite seasons. The girl's dating Christian goes, yeah, let's pick out a movie. No, No Val Kilmer movie. Alright. Of course, Val Kilmer and Top Secret. And when Top Secret. This is a real heavy hitting lineup. Top Secret, Real Genius, Top Gun, Willow. Willow is the sword and sorcerer movie. The Doors. The biopic. One biopic I didn't talk about recently. That's Jim Morrison. And that's actually his voice, amazingly enough. Kind of like Brendan Fraser in Airheads. Great voice on Val Kilmer. Movie, it was okay. Tombstone has Doc Holliday. He was in True Romance playing Elvis Presley. He was in Heat. Dr. Island Monroe. Ghost in the Darkness. I think that's the one. He goes to Africa and there's like little tigers or lions. Oh my. He was in Red Planet. I think I may have seen Red Planet before, but I think also that's one of those movies that came. There's like how Deep Impact and Armageddon are both same topic movies. There's a second Mars movie, not Ghost to Mars, but there was another Mars movie. Thinking this was like I'm spoiling like a 25-year-old movie. Like the Face of Mars. Anybody who's my age, 40 and over, at least 38 and over. Back in the 90s, seeing the face on Mars was like on a national tabloid. It was like on hard copy. It was on those shows like that, and it was like, oh my God, the face of Mars. There was a real civilization or whatever. But I think eventually, that topic actually died. Don't give me a second to actually think about, but yeah. Anyways, that's one of the Mars movie that came out around 2000. It was an Alexander. Oliver Stone movie. No, I didn't see it. A lot of movies and they're listing didn't get to see because there's literally point in my life where past certain year I just didn't. Oh, he was in Jay and Bob reboot. Huh. Interesting. And of course, he was Admiral Tom Kaczynski and Top Gun Maverick. Dude, that was a sad movie. Like, putting that scene in it, right in the middle, it really takes you out of the movie. And I think it really did ruin the movie for me. Just going through this. So yeah, Val Kilmer. He was a 90s teen heartthrob in a way, and maybe I don't know because I'm not. Sorry. Yeah. I believe he was a 90s heartthrobish, but also that's a little murky because That also could have just been, you know, right with stuff I see on TV too. Also, Val Kilmer kind of looks like Brad Pitt in a way too. You ever notice that? I just noticed that right now. Anyways, here's the little ditty on Face on Mars. Let me put my spectacles on, my glasses. Do-do-do-do-do. The Face on Mars rock formation in the Cydonan region of Mars was captured by Viking 1 orbiter in 1976. Let's go to the Wikipedia. It is on the northern hemisphere of the planet. Face on Mars. I heard some is fake, but it's actually real. But also, it's one of those things. As humans, we kind of make out things that we relate to. And one of the images taken by Viking 1 on 25th of July 76, almost 50 years ago, huh? 1.2 mile wide mesa, 40 degrees north latitude, 9 degrees west, had appearance of humanoid face. When the image was originally acquired, Viking scientists dismissed it as the Face of Mars image as a trick of light and shadow. Light and shadow. Little joke right there. Second image also shows a face. 35 Viking orbits later at a different sun angle. Later discovered it made independently by two computer-generated NASA dudes at some space flight. Discovered two misfiled images. More than 20 years later, Viking 1 image was taken succession of spacecraft visits in Mars. Same region. Mars and global solar year between 97 and 06. I think these are just basically the face is kind of cover up right now. Since the original image first came about, the face has been accepted as an optical illusion, which kind of makes sense. Because as humans, we can see things. That's how we break down stuff. It's kind of giving optical illusion example here on Earth. The old man, a mountain, and New Hampshire, which it broke apart naturally. Currently it broke. Speculation, extraterrestrial intelligence, vegetation on Earth. Faces common topic skeptics groups. They point out there are other faces on Mars, but these do not succeed to the same level as the study. Yada yada yada. While ours resembles Kermit the Frog. Yeah. So. Yeah. optical illusion. So yeah, that's a nice rabbit hole to go down to. Speaking of rabbit holes, so big fan of monster trucks, of course. OSMT is a channel on YouTube, and I don't know how this person acquired all this raw footage of old monster trucks of the 80s and 90s, but one of them I found really interesting is Angel Stadium, Anaheim, California, from 1986. It was a 2-day show. The USH Hot Rod Association, which is now Monster Jam, did a show, of course. I've seen clips of this on Motor Rock forever, and it's an actual hour-long video, and it's kind of cool. There's 2 days, a Saturday and Sunday show. Of course, different obstacle courses they did. Saturday night had pulling. Saturday did not, or Sunday did not. Sunday I actually found really entertaining because it was at the perimeter of the baseball field and not restricted to just part of the infield and home plate area. So that's something to watch, but honestly, I think the guy could have edited it a little bit better and cut it down a little bit more. But hey, it's kind of cool. Something I've never seen before. Something I've been watching monster trucks all my life, and seeing these rare video images. The one I was actually really surprised, the Spectrum in Philadelphia in '85, the first Jeep monster truck, and I think it was the first Jeep monster truck crash, which is also on Motor Rock. A lot of the old USHRA from the '80s on this channel was on this video of Motor Rock, and there's actually 2 different versions of it. There's a video with actual music with ZZ Top, Glenn Fry, etc. It's on both. There's at least the 2 ones I'm speaking of. It's really interesting stuff. Yeah, and a lot of it is USA Motorsports, which is basically based out of Kansas City. They did the Great Plains. Pretty much everywhere, but it was mostly small towns in Wyoming, North and the Dakotas, parts of Canada, and Utah, before Utah became overrun by pet users. And what was cool, because if they do Kansas City, United Sports of America's short, USA Motorsports, the Arrowhead Stadium, and that was a big show. There's already several shows at handheld camera online, but this stuff is really good. I'm really shocked of its video is really crisp. It's almost like almost 4K almost. It's so. It looks like it could be filmed the night before. and it's really kind of cool. It's, you know, YouTube has been around for almost 20 years, and this stuff is just coming about. This year, last night, there was some obscure show in Nebraska or something like that, and you get to see all these trucks. I've seen on compilation tapes, like Monster Truck Bloopers 1, 2, 3, the biggest, baddest monster trucks in the world. Stuff like that. I've seen over and over again on tape, videotape. But now it's like, wow, yeah, that was on this tape. Oh, when it happens, you can hear the generic song. Yeah. But yeah, I guess if you're into that stuff, that's something to look at. Speaking of monster trucks, somebody was putting up a Bigfoot panel. Probably it was the breast cancer awareness, probably, or something. $2,000. This is like for a door panel, like the driver's door panel. I had $2,000, and it's an alternate. I could probably literally have that now, but $1,000 probably, and it'd probably be up on my living room wall. But then again, I'm a big snakebite fan, always been. So maybe sometime. But then again, maybe sometime I go down and get an auction off panel off the truck. Now that would be awesome as a collector's item. One thing, watching all those old videos, USA would do also Tacoma, Washington, which is outside Seattle in the Northwest. And Tacoma Dome is really cool. It's one of these cool places. Now, it's always been, for some reason, set up for arena, and yet they had the IAA Football National Championship, which is now, Football Championship Series or whatever it's called. Division one below the current football national championship. So it's big enough to put 120 yards in, and yet you have Tacoma Stars soccer team playing an indoor soccer team there. So, and it's really cool. It's actually an old wooden roof, and it's what's the NBA team that plays in Seattle? Supersonics. They played there before, and it's kind of round, like. It's really something to go Google, go watch on YouTube. It's one of these real fascinating sports venues, convention centers that they just don't make anymore, unfortunately. You know what? I was going to talk about one more thing, but maybe, I'm done pushing 45 minutes. It's the longest video I've done in a while, just talking yakking. But yeah. So by the way, Monster Jams for some reason is coming back to St. Louis this year in September. Don't know why. Maybe, and I don't know if it's in conjunction with the Supercross playoffs, but that was something weird I seen the other day too. So, you know what? I have done 45 minutes. Hopefully I've entertained you, educated you, or you're just watching this because He just fell on him for no reason. Anywho, I hope you have a lovely day, night, whenever you're watching this. And always play it pretty for Stella.